Hi, my name is David Odell. Today I'm going to be showing you how to pour some concrete. These are going to be a little addition to the driveway and a front entry with a porch, raised porch, and a couple of steps. This is the existing, and what it is they got concrete underneath this clay tile in the shape of bricks, and it's all coming apart, as you can see there. So we're going to separate the clay tile from the concrete. So first of all, we're going to chip all this tile off of here. We're going to use a 60 and a 27-pound electric jackhammers, chip it all off, and we'll separate that because they can recycle the concrete, but the clay tile is not a recyclable material, it's just trash. So we're going to get it off of there because it can all be reground and used for road base somewhere else in the future. Here's what it looks like when it's all out. We've knocked out the steps, the porch, the walkway, the addition to the drive. And now here's your basic layout. We're getting ready to put some string lines in. What I've done, I'm going to leave some of that porch is staying in there, some of that concrete and those steps, because it's part of the wall that holds up the raised porch. So I chipped off the steps down about 4 inches, and I'm going to encase this whole thing in new concrete. So I'm going out about 4 inches on each side of the existing steps, so it's going to be a little bit wider steps than it originally was. I think we're going 4.5 feet. I think it was 3.5 feet before, so the new width is 4.5 feet. And we're going to do a cantilever porch again, just like the original. So just start by throwing a 2 by whatever against the existing wall here. I'm just going to drill and screw it in. And now this step's going to line up with the walkway, so that string line goes all the way through past where the new steps are going to be. And we just cut back a little bit of lawn here just to get the form lumber in. That'll all be backfilled later when the forms come out. We're trying to keep this about the same level as the grass, so there won't be a lot of landscaping to do when it's all done. Basically, we're using 2x4s, and we're using wood stakes. We're using number 6 duplex nails. We have an 8-pound sledgehammer to drive in the stakes. Any kind of hammer will work for driving nails, but I prefer the S-swing because you don't have to worry about the handle ever breaking. Well, we're squaring this sidewalk up with the porch and the house. We're going to have 3-foot radiuses on these turns. So basically I just went 3 feet in from my where my lines met in the corner, and then that gave me my radius point, and that's what I used to get the radius perfect. You can see him swinging that 3-foot radius. I just dropped a 16 duplex in the dirt, and then I just swung the radius off of that. So we're going to have a 3-foot on the outside edge. We're going to have a 3-foot radius on the inside edge. This is just some green flexible. It's kind of like a masonite on the inside of that green plastic. There's a lot of flexible stuff out there though that you can use to do your radiuses or any kind of bends that you want to put in the concrete. So this is the slope that we have from the walkway to the driveway. So we got good slope there. The lawn's a little higher than the driveway. so everything's gonna be sloping towards the driveway. All those string lines are at 4 feet 6 inches, so all the walkways are the same width. As you can see, we're pretty deep. That's a 2x4, so that's really 3.5 inches high. And then it looks like when you see underneath the daylight under the board, we got another 1.5 inches. So we're a good 5 inches thick right now of new concrete. And the reason for that is because when they poured the original concrete in here, they recessed. They had 4-inch concrete, plus they had it recessed to allow for the tile. So they had a good 5-6 inch below the existing concrete. Right now I'm establishing the next radius point for the inside curve. So we're going 3 foot in there, and then we're going to go 3 foot in from the other side, and then we'll put a reference point there, and that will be my radius point. So I want a 3 foot radius here. So we'll go 3 foot that way, and then you got to go 3 feet the other way. Well, walkway is 4 foot 6, so basically I have the outside 4, so we go 4 6 plus 3 is 7 foot 6 inches, and that'll be at my radius point and allow for a 4.5 foot wide walkway. Here's the rebar cutter. We're getting ready to put some rebar in here now. Everything's set up, so they're cutting the lengths right now. We've drilled into the driveway every other rebar, so it's we went every 4 feet on the drilling along the driveway edge. We didn't put any fill in here. We're just going to pour it thick. This ground's kind of expansive ground here in this area, so we're pouring it 5-6 inches thick, and we're going to put rebar in here, 3/8 rebar, 2 foot centers both directions. And then also I'm going to put some fiber mesh reinforcement mixed into the concrete. And now what we're doing here, this is form oil, and I'm spraying on all the forms. Just helps preserve the wood so you can use it again. Also, you can get your forms out a lot easier so they don't stick to the concrete as easy. So on the porch, all that existing concrete that's underneath, I also put some concrete glue on all that, so it'll all become as one piece. This particular side of the house doesn't get a whole lot of sun, so it didn't dry too quickly. Even though it's a 3,000 psi mix, it didn't get a whole lot of sun. Maybe this last 10 feet down here at the bottom of the driveway, it got some sunlight, so actually finished quicker down here in the bottom than anywhere else. And I've got a 3.5 foot magnesium bowl float here that I'm running around on it. And here's your steps. I just poured everything monolithic because it's a fairly small job, and it's a lot more economical to pour it all at once if you can. So all these forms here are set up so we could do one pour. Here's your 10-inch wide walking edge or 1/2 inch radius. This is basically a Fresno, but just a bigger version of one, heavier, which I like better because it lays it down real flat. I'm not putting any hand tool joints in this today. I'm going to come back the following day. I'm going to saw cut some borders all the way around the perimeter, 8-inch wide borders on this, and then I'm going to cut control joints where I think it may crack, wherever needed. So we're starting to take the forms off of these steps now and finish everything up and and then we're going to end up putting a non-slip broom finish on it. I have a cove, what's called a cove tool, and a top tool for these steps. It's basically a 1/2-inch radius tool that fits in the bottom, and then there's another one, reverse of that goes over the top. It keeps the nice clean edges. These are all 6-inch steps. As you notice, you see that 2x10 is still underneath, attached to the existing wall underneath the porch. That I'll leave until the next day, because that's concrete hanging out over there about 1.5 inches. So I'll unscrew that. Well, I took it off the one side. Just because I wanted to get in there and finish the side of the step. So I went ahead and took that one off. It's a short run, so there's not as much weight pushing down on it. I left the other side because I didn't want to even take a chance of it collapsing on me or cracking off the top. Most likely it wouldn't have, because I've got fiber mesh in there and I've got concrete glue on the existing concrete that we poured over. Most likely it would have been fine. It would have been fine, but why take a chance if you don't have to? So this is a few days later after it's already been saw cut. And you can see how it's drying really unevenly because of there's not a lot of sun, like I said earlier, on this side of the house. Here's all the cuts I put around the borders, up the steps, up the step face. I put cuts at the cove at bottom of steps where normally wood break. Anyway, thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions, comments, don't hesitate to contact me.